Well, well, well. There's a new running backs coach in Dallas. And it's not Tashard Choice or Rashad Samples. Let's talk, Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And if you like this video, don't forget at the end to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can help us grow this channel and push us out into the YouTube algorithm. Now let's talk facts. So it looks like it's not going to be, or of course, it is not Tashard Choice that is going to be the running backs coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Now let me give you a little something that others are not giving you on this matter. I did some research and I couldn't find the salaries for running back coaches in the NFL. But I could only imagine that it's not that high. And Tashard Choice was making somewhere around $700,000 to $750,000. And then I was looking at the salary for one Rashad Samples, and it looks like Rashad Samples' salary is going to be somewhere around $650,000. And so when you combine those two things, you think about it, that running backs coaches, I'm not very sure as far as the NFL goes, but in order to get both of those guys, you would actually have to give them raises to come to the NFL, which may have put them at the upper echelon of running back coaches in the NFL. And so both of them, it's being reported that Tashard Choice is going to get he's going to get a raise to stay with the Texas Longhorns. He's a great running back recruiter, and he's a great running backs coach. Rashad Samples, he seems to be good too, and I'm sure he will probably get a raise also, since the Dallas Cowboys have came knocking at the door. Because if Dallas has come knocking at the door, eventually other NFL teams will do the same. So that leaves us with one Derrick Foster. And for all intents and purposes, you know, everyone says he's pretty good, but I want to give you the rest of the story. When you look at this story from the perspective of not what's being reported in Dallas, but what's being reported elsewhere, I think in particular from New Orleans, which is where he was the running backs coach last, I found an article talking about Derrick Foster. So, you know, here he's going to be what he is, but let's get some truth on him. What is the word on the streets about Derrick Foster? Now, when we look at this over on the Saints Wire, I mean, we can kind of take this how we want to, but the way John Sigler writes this story, this doesn't really sound like a necessarily glowing review of one Derrick Foster. You tell me what you think. It says here, it'll be a new look in New Orleans Saints coaching staff in 2025. The Fort Worth Star-Telegram's Nick Harris reports that the Dallas Cowboys are hiring running backs coach Derrick Foster away from the Saints staff, where he held the same position in 2024. Before that, Foster spent 3 years coaching the Los Angeles Chargers in the same capacity. His time with the Chargers overlapped with Kellen Moore's, so it's a little surprising to see Foster moving on so soon. Moore is the favorite to be hired as the head coach of the Philadelphia hold on. Moore is the favorite to be hired as head coach after the Philadelphia Eagles compete in Super Bowl 59. If Foster was a candidate to remain on staff under Moore, who can't communicate with the team until after the Super Bowl, you'd think he would wait a week to see if he can stay in New Orleans. Still, change was probably needed. So let's kind of dissect some of this. They're talking about the fact that he spent some time with Kellen Moore. So Kellen Moore seems to be the favorite for the Saints job. So maybe what's being said here is either maybe Kellen Moore wasn't going to want him, or he wasn't going to want Kellen Moore. But either way, they're saying that this is a very odd move. I mean, without knowing who the head coach is going to be, maybe he would have wanted to stay. Maybe he would have wanted to stay, but it sounds like maybe this is why he is moving on, because he's hearing that Kellen Moore is going to be the coach. And who knows, maybe he could be hearing between the lines that someone is saying Kellen Moore's not going to want you anyway. But notice what they says. Notice what they said. This is the key sentence. Still, change was probably needed. Why are they saying this? While Alvin Kamara turned in his best performance in years, look at this. The other Saints running backs were nothing to write home about. Jamal Williams averaged 11.7 rushing yards per game. Jordan Mims had just 6.4. Kendra Miller led the trio with 24.7. Clyde Edwards-Helaire had 23, but wasn't re-signed after the season. So whoever is coaching the Saints running backs in 2025 must get more out of them as a group. It's got my spider senses tingling. So he did his thing with Alvin Kamara. Said Kamara last made the Pro Bowl in 2021, but has seen increasingly heavy workloads. He's seen the 7th most combined carries and catches from 2022 to 2024, but ranks 4th in touches per game, 19.8. The only players ahead of him are Saquon Barkley, 22.1, Josh Jacobs, 21.3, and Derrick Henry, 20.7. Someone needs to step up, and it'll fall on their next running back coach to find them. Interesting. Now, you can tell me what you think, but this doesn't sound like a very glowing review of one Derrick Foster. And now it's making me wonder if Derrick Foster may be a cheaper hire for the Cowboys. I think especially since probably they're thinking we got Clayton Adams, because he's probably going to really be the guy who's going to be in charge of the run game per se. But I think when you're talking about running backs coaches, I mean, I wish the Cowboys, I don't know all the specifics, but I wish they would have spent the money. Because I'm telling you, it looks like we're going to bring on some. I mean, I think the Cowboys are going to have a crazy backfield in 2025. I am, all intents and purposes, Cowboys are probably going to get Ashton Jeanty if he's there at 12. Even if he's not there at 12. I mean, there's going to be Omarion Hampton. There's going to be the Ohio State kids. I mean, there will be running backs in this draft that the Cowboys will still be able to get and be successful. But if everything remains the way everyone is saying, the Dallas Cowboys are going to get Ashton Jeanty, and I would have loved a Tashard Choice to be the one to really help develop him into the running back that we wanted him to be. I would have loved to see Tashard Choice. Rashad Samples would have been okay. I wonder what happened to DeMarco Murray being in the race, but like I said, I don't really know a lot about Derrick Foster other than we can only go by what we know about his past history. And when you look at what he did with the Saints, it doesn't look too good. And I also think that it may be a sign he doesn't even know who's going to get hired in New Orleans. I mean, well, he's got an inkling that it's going to be Kellen Moore to get hired in New Orleans, and he jumped ship before he even knows. So find that to be a little interesting. Spidey senses are tingling, but it is what it is. Dallas Cowboys, our new running backs coach is none other than Derrick Foster. So I wish him all the luck. Congratulations, Derrick Foster. Welcome to Dallas. Y'all tell me what you think. I'm going to do a live stream today, and we're going to start ranking these coaches in tiers as far as what we've gotten so far to see, like, what do we really think about them and where do they rank. I think the next thing we need is a wide receivers coach. It's going to be very interesting to see who we get to do that, but we've almost got the offense and the defense totally filled out. So now we can go into the draft. We can start planning for the draft, and we can start planning on, okay, so who is he going to be coaching at running back? Because I think right now Deuce Vaughn is the only legitimate running back we have signed in the running back room. And I'm not really sure the Cowboys are going to do a whole lot with Deuce Vaughn this year. So it is good. We need to go ahead and get our coaches, and then we can really start sitting down and planning out who are we going to get in the draft, who are we going to suggest for free agency, and how are we really going to turn this team into a power run, play action pass team so that we can get back to our winning ways and start dominating the NFC and eventually dominate this league and win the Super Bowl in 2026. But y'all tell me what y'all think about Derrick Foster. I gave you the facts. You tell me what you think. Till next time, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Until the next time, let's talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Peace.